What's going on, guys? It's the King Zoro back again with another episode of Becoming a Wrestler. And this time I want to get a little bit of a follow-up on the last episode. So I revealed to you guys that I tore my soft tissue in my left shoulder here. Not an injury that I'm unfamiliar with. I suffered it before when I was 12 years old, like I said in the previous video. So just wanted to give you guys a quick update on where that is and what I've been doing in the time being while I'm resting up my injury. So firstly, let's talk about the shoulder. So I went and got x-rays today. I went and got a few things checked out because I figured I might as well. I've had a left wrist issue as well. Lower back problem, which would be really bad for a professional wrestling career, so I'm trying to get that taken care of now. And also the shoulder injury. So I got x-rays today and I have to schedule a follow-up appointment in the morning. So hopefully by next week I should have a definitive answer on what treatment I'm going to need in order to get this stuff taken care of so I can move on to the next level of getting back in the gym and grinding and smashing the weights and just doing everything. So in the meantime, what have I been doing to keep myself busy? What have I been doing to keep myself engaged in my wrestling career? Well, wrestling is more than just wrestling. Wrestling is also character work, it's in-ring psychology, it's all this type of stuff. It's a big stage play, it's a physical stage play, but it's a stage play nonetheless. In order for a stage play to work, any successful stage play, you have to have two things. One, you have to have character. And two, you have to have choreography. If you don't have those two things, you're not going to have a play. Same thing goes with wrestling. So, what have I been doing in the meantime? I've been on YouTube. I've been taking notes. I've been writing promos for myself, and I'm really excited to start sharing those with you guys. But in the meantime, let's talk about the notes that I took. I really went all through YouTube and just tried to find a bunch of different people who were making videos, giving advice on different things. One that I omitted from my notes that I want to do a quick shout out for before I get into the rest of these is Just Incredible. His videos on his channel, he does A through Z on the wrestling business, backstage politics, checking to see if you can do a certain move during a show because there might be somebody else's finisher who's higher up on the card than you are. Different little things like that you don't really think about when you think about wrestling when you're watching it on TV. It's important stuff to know. So Just Incredible, thank you. You are freaking awesome and I love your videos. I don't care what you're doing in your personal life. You've really helped me out tremendously. So if you ever see this, thank you. Now, let's get to the notes. First guy I watched, the great William Regal, one of the greatest British wrestlers, if not the best British wrestler to ever step foot in WWE. This video was about what does it take to make it in WWE. Pretty good video for me, right? So, I got 3 bullet points from this one. Number 1, you need personality. Number 2, it's not a job, it's a lifestyle. And number 3, it's demanding toll on the body and the mind. So, number 1, you need personality. Like I said earlier, you need character work. You have to have character to make it in wrestling because that is what your audience is going to connect with. Easy, don't have to go into too deep detail with that. 2, this is not a job, it's a lifestyle. So, jobs, regular 9 to 5s, you come home every day at the end of the day and you spend time with your family and you have dinner and this and the third, regular, typical American lifestyle. Well, with wrestling, you're on the road over 300 days a year, and being at your actual physical house is not something that's going to be very common for you. With the emergence of AEW and their talks of wanting to maybe have a wrestling off season, maybe we can see some changes occur in the wrestling business going forward in the future, but as of right now, it's pretty steady that with WWE at least, you're going to be on the road all the time. And that's just something that you're going to have to accept. Your family is going to have to accept it, and you guys are going to have to work around it. And the last one, demanding toll on the body and the mind. The body is going to take a lot of punishment in wrestling. People say wrestling is fake, but it's not fake, it's scripted. You can't fake taking those bumps on the mat, and that mat does hurt. There's a lot of wrestling veterans who have broken and battered bodies from doing this for over 20 years, and if it was fake, they wouldn't have those type of injuries like they have. So you gotta be ready for that. And it's a demanding toll on the mind. Things aren't always gonna go your way. You have to be willing to ride the waves, the ups and downs, the big roller coaster that is a wrestling career. Because if you're not, you're gonna flush out pretty quickly. Things don't go your way all the time. You're not always gonna be picked. You might not even be world heavyweight champion one day. But if you have a love of this business, that stuff shouldn't matter. You should love what you're doing every day as long as you're getting paid for it, in my opinion. The next guy I watched was Kevin Nash. He did a video on how smaller wrestlers can get over, and I just have 2 little bullet points from that. Number 1, be believable. Number 2, make your match look like a real fight. So number 1, be believable. Don't be trying to bench press 300-pound men. You're a small guy, you're the underdog. Fight like you're the underdog. And make your match look like a fight. Well, if you're a smaller guy, you have to look like you're legitimately fighting because everybody is bigger than you. Bigger guys can take it a little bit easier in the ring. They can just, give you a little chest chop, push you down or whatever. They don't really have to do much because the audience is already invested in them as this big giant force. You, as a small wrestler, have to do a lot more. And you have to sell a lot more. And you have to know how to do that. That comes with training. The third guy that I watched, Dolph Ziggler, and it was the key to a WWE promo. So, bullet point number 1 out of 3. Your motivation for the promo. What are you trying to communicate? Why are you talking to the audience? Why are you talking to your fellow superstar right now? What are you trying to prove? What's the point of you being out here? Are you just wasting our time? Do you have something real to say? Who knows? Find your motivation. Number 2, who do you model yourself after? What promo do you model yourself after? Me, I love The Miz's heel work. I love his heel promos. That's me right there. Like I said, I'll be posting some promos to this channel eventually, and you guys will get to see what I've been doing. My first one I'm already done with, and I really love it, and I think you guys are gonna love it too, but just hang tight for that one. I wanna post this video first, and then that one's coming soon. So just strap in your seatbelt. It's gonna be freaking awesome. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's coming. Last one, believe what you were saying. If you don't believe what you were saying, you cannot deliver it with the power and the intensity that it needs to be delivered with. If you do not believe what you were saying is gonna come out like, I like pro wrestling, and I wanna do pro wrestling. No, forget that. Deliver it with passion. Deliver it with intensity, or don't do it at all. Point blank period. Oh gosh, look. Next, YouTube channel, Kip Clips. Kipclips. He did a video on the do's and don'ts of promos. He is an independent wrestler, I believe. Don't know much about him, but his video definitely helped me out. The do's. Do decide the emotion of your promo. So, decide if you're gonna be happy, angry, desperate, whatever. Make that decision before you start your promo. And bullet points. Bullet points are okay. Just like these on my notes. Bullet points are good. Bullet points help you out during your promo. You can write a bullet point for where you start your promo. You can write a bullet point for what the last sentence of your promo is going to be. It helps you keep everything organized. Next, don'ts. Repetition, awkward pauses, unnecessary bad language, stutters, and those. Okay. The repetition. Here's a good example. On Sunday, I'm gonna make you pay. And when it's all said and done, I'm gonna make you pay. That sounds so stupid. Don't do it. Next, the awkward pauses. Here's a great example of that. Don't do that. That's bad. Awkward pauses. No, don't do that. Just cut that out. Let's get that out of your stuff now. I'm making these videos for myself, so I'm talking to myself. Get that bad habit out of your repertoire right now. Next, unnecessary bad language. So we all love a good promo with a little swear word here and there, but I guess on the indies, they tend to get out of hand a little bit. They drop a curse word every other sentence, and the audience can't really remain engaged with what you're talking about if every other word is just a curse word. It's really unnecessary. It sounds kind of dumb. Don't do it. Next, stuttering. One of the things I took from this was don't do that. That's bad. Don't do it. And don't do that either. No uhs, no ums. Not in the promo. This is just a regular video, so I know I've been doing it. Don't worry about that, because this isn't the promo. This isn't something that I've been practicing. This is just, you know, I'm free-flowing through my notes here. On to the next page. Next, TNA's own Ethan Page had promo tips. It was more of a diss video against an opponent that he's going to have at an upcoming show, but I was still able to take a couple bullet points from it, so here they are. Number one, hype your opponent. Why? Here's why. Thank you, Simon Miller. I love you. Hype your opponent because if you win, that makes the win bigger, and if you lose, that makes the loss less damaging. Don't downgrade your opponent. Oh, you've never done anything in this business. You're trash. I just don't think you're a good wrestler. Then if you lose that match, you just lost to a bottom feeder. And if you win that match, what did you achieve? You beat a jobber. Congratulations. No, talk up your opponent. That way, when you get that victory, it means so much more for your career than it would have before. Second, know your facts about your opponent. Do not call your opponent a 3-time WWE champion if they've never won the WWE Championship. Doesn't make sense. Next, the great Paul Heyman. Ladies and gentlemen, I took 2 bullet points from Mr. Paul Heyman. Number one, every promo should be treated as an audition for the next show. That's brilliant. That is a good point, because when you're working for a booker, he's looking for you to do everything right, because if he can't trust you, or she can't trust you, then you're not gonna get booked for the next show, because they don't want any mess ups, especially when they're putting their faith in you to carry their product. Treat every promo as if it's very important, because it is very important. Next, the beginning and the end of promos as bullet points. So back to what I was saying earlier from Kip Clips, he said this. Paul Heyman also said it. Bullet points. Make the beginning of your promo a bullet point and the end of your promo a bullet point. That way you can have a strong start to it and a strong ending to it. That's all there is to it. Oh my gosh, I'm done with my notes. That's all I have for you guys today, guys. Thank you for coming to this channel and sharing in this experience with me once again. I promise my videos are gonna be so much better. Look at me, I'm in the actual studio, my studio in my house. I'm not outside recording on a little cell phone thing. I'm, you know, just doing my thing in my studio. You know, just giggity getting it. I want you guys to hit that like button, share, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications every time I drop a video. I want you guys to be on this journey with me, and please, I want you guys to do me a favor. In the comment section, I need a name for all of my fans that I'm going to accumulate over the next few years. You guys are going to be with me on this journey. I really hope you enjoy it as much as I am. Minor setbacks for major comebacks. That's my favorite. And this shoulder, just ain't nothing. See you guys soon. Peace.